People sure seem to run a lot in this war. I mean, they run all the time. I think that's why gang warfare is really ahead of military warfare, because those guys are wearing tracksuits. They know there's going to be running involved, and I think that's very smart dressing. Because you know what's going on. Also, I wonder where that fella is. It's painted on the wall. Used to be some kind of strange beard commercial. But I mean, I think beards is a very good concept because you'll never go hungry. It gathers up all the food that didn't go in your mouth. There we got two drawings of the guy again. It's amazing how these people are able to draw the same guy that identically. Also, there's a lot of arrows here, all over the screen. There are arrows. I thought they gave up on the arrows after the whole cowboy Indian incident, but seems they still got the arrows. I'm not sure exactly what he's targeting and defending, but whatever it is. Still, I mean, needs to be a rather calm war, to say the least. Well, I think he's got a British rifle right now. I mean, you can tell that he is British because he's not killing people in a country where there's white people. So that's an easy way to tell that he's British. Wait, was that a box? Is he meant to target boxes? Oh, I get it. This is to settle that nasty Federal Express strike. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Also, they spelled troops wrong. Tropus. That's not even a word. Round win? Hello? I mean, I don't want to be a grammar police, but it's round one, not win. That's just stupid. So, still, need to correct people, but I do anyways. I don't really see how, what they call it, a claymore. It's got nothing to do with a clay. But then again, if you turn the word the other way around, it's more clay. That kind of makes sense, calling them more clay, because, I mean, if you made a claymore out of actual clay, it wouldn't explode. And then less people would die. I think that's good. People not dying, that seems like a very pleasant thing. I mean, if nobody died in a war, I would be for it. I would think that a war would be a great idea, but like these guys, they're throwing a lot of grenades, and now he died. So I think that's the primary argument against war would be that people die. Of course, there is losing your property value, but that's really a smaller thing. Seems that he changed sides. Because before his friends seemed to have uniforms, but now they don't have uniforms anymore. Maybe it's Casual Friday. I don't know how the war business works, but it seems to me like they could use Casual Friday. I mean, once again, it's all about smart dressing. That's why gang warfare is so much ahead in time, because they know there's going to be running, so they wear tracksuits. It's very climatically aware in that case. So that's pretty good, but I suppose that they got Casual Friday going here. And, well, I don't see who the people in uniforms are. But I think that the carpenters who built these houses were pretty lazy because they forgot to install doors in all the door frames. I mean, and I don't think that's very good because it speaks very ill of foreigners in general, because, I mean, most politicians always talk about how lazy foreigners are, and this is a clear-cut case of laziness. They don't bother installing the doors. I mean, that's terrible. That's not good at all. You need doors, otherwise the place gets all drafty and stuff. I mean, who wants a drafty war? Close the windows and the doors, I say. Lightweight, sleight of hand pro and ninja. Oh, so he's not British, he's a gypsy. Fair enough. Still. Nothing against gypsies, though. Is that one of them kind of robbed. I got robbed by a gypsy, so that's why I make that mean joke, because it's a punishment for robbing them. And now that I made one joke about the gypsies, I consider us to be even. So I'm gonna leave them alone from now on. Mainly because they have the guts to dress up like pirates. You ever seen that? Some gypsies dress up like pirates. I think that's very admirable. Still, this seems to be a very unsafe neighborhood. I mean, it seems like the neighbors just doesn't get along, not even the slightest bit. You know, I mean, maybe that's why suburbanites keep their neighborhoods restricted, because they see what goes on in other countries. That's a stupid argument. I mean, this seems to be a very different country. I mean, I would probably say it's named schizophrenia. I mean, they write messages on the wall. Who writes on the wall these days? We got post-its. We're not animals. Of course, animals don't exactly draw on the walls either. Well, maybe in Chernobyl, but then again, their animals can do anything. Uh, but not in general. It's a general rule that animals don't draw on the wall. Still, I don't know what's going on right now. He seems very confused. Not sure whether to go in or out. Oh, that is bad timing. That is very bad timing. Yeah. I mean, you're right about the diffused bomb, and it just goes off in your face. Another good argument as to why war is bad. Yeah, I really think so. And they seem to have a bar here too. I mean, it's always nice to class up a war with with a bar. I think that's pretty good. Later on, after they're done here, they can do some glass-to-hand combat. See what I did there? Wow, sure know how to collect those crates. That was pretty quick. I mean, I could never pocket a crate that fast. You know, I would probably need some scissors too, you know, to get the tape open. But that was impressive. Still, these guys seem to like the bar a lot. Can't blame him, you know. Bar's a nice place to do various social stuff, I suppose. Uh, Still, can't help but notice that they've left a lot of lights on. Left a lot of lights on. That's not good. You shouldn't leave lights on during the daylight. Not because of the environment or some bullshit like that, but because it tears up on the bulb. And you don't want to waste bulbs during warfare. I mean, otherwise the war will be all dark and you can't aim anywhere. And what's the fun in that? You know, I mean, that's... Still, it's a very quiet war. Was that guy wearing a winter coat? See, again, this is what I'm talking about. That guy was wearing a winter coat. You don't wear winter coats during the summer, just like how you wear tracksuits when you're running everywhere. I mean, it's common sense. You know, it's like, but still, it needs to be a pretty nice neighborhood-based war. Or they seem to be anywhere but in the same neighborhood all the time. So I take it that they're definitely arguing about something. Maybe it's like the community watch board against, I don't know, the Christian fundies. Nobody likes those guys anyways. Always knocking doors asking, have you heard the good news? The only good news I can think of is if they die on a car crash on their way to knocking on my goddamn door. Of course, then they couldn't deliver my news to begin with, so evidently I couldn't have heard it from them. That's the logical inconsistency that's delivered by that concept. Since the primary argument towards that not being the news is them not being dead. Sadly, that's not true. I could never wish death upon someone else. That's a very mean thing to do. Because I also think, like I said, I think I said earlier, that the primary argument towards war is the fact that people die in it. It's generally frowned upon by many reasons. It's probably also why people don't like smoking or women going topless in public. I mean, guys are gonna run into walls and traffic poles because they're gonna be so distracted. I mean, that's a definite safety risk, to say the least. Still, is that a pokeball? I don't really think that we need to make this war any more weird by bringing in anime. Really, who understands anime? It's like those Mexican soap operas for kids. You're not supposed to understand them. I mean, they make no sense. I mean, first you got a little schoolgirl who turns into a tentacle monster, and then in the next episode she's no longer a tentacle monster, and her and the tentacle monster is getting married. I mean, it makes no sense, damn it. So no, I don't like anime for that reason. There's too many... The stories are far too one-dimensional, being insane and all. So there's really that. So, did I make the arrow joke? Yeah, I think I made the arrow joke. See again, see the light on. You can obviously see the light being on. I mean, I mean, the lights are only going to last half as long as they would in a war where they were a bit more conservative with their resources. So, that's